A warm welcome to all the Virgo rising signs of the zodiac to your May astrology on Cosmic Girl 101. Trust you're doing well. In this video, we're going to be talking about planets in transits and what it means for your rising sign. Let's get into it, Virgo rising. A warm welcome to all the Virgo rising signs. Mercury, for you as your ruling planet, is focused in the zodiac sign of Aries, which is the 8th house, opening up the month of May. Mercury will shift very quickly in this month. And as your ruling planet, there's going to be a lot. It would feel like you're really just kicking goals, like you're executing your plans quite acutely, because your ruling planet isn't giving you much of a chance, if you will, to sit long on your laurels. So this is making decisions and taking action on the fly quite acutely in the month of May. And we'll talk about this transit as we go along. So with Mercury still transiting in Aries, in your 8th house, this is just focus, absolute focus on other people's resources. Where can you benefit? Where can you grow your wealth? How do other people's finances impact you? How does that make you feel? Do you feel comfortable? Do you need to take some action? Do you need to cut away from lengthy, outdated financial entanglements? Mercury, your ruling planet in Aries, transiting in this 8th house really will help you see the forest for the trees and what's working and what's not. So really great for financial opportunities and also to cut away financial anchors with this transit. On the 4th of May, Pluto's retrograding in Aquarius in your 6th house. This retrograde will last until the 13th of October. So the 6th house for you, it is about the daily grind, things that are habitual to you. So this is like work, your sense of service, how you show up and provide assistance to other people, how you support them. It's a house of co-workers, and it's also the house where we also have a lot of sickness and illness going on in that 6th house. That is a reality of life. So from the 4th to the 13th of October, with Pluto retrograding in Aquarius, this looks like a re-establishing new ways of operating on the day-to-day. That could be in literally your workplace or with services that you are connected to, whether you're providing them or you're utilizing services. This is like a change of the guard. Like this is like sifting of the toil. There's going to be changes that are going to be possibly throwing you off. So I would watch for correspondence coming to you via email or letter about some structures and systems changing when it comes to services, work, co-workers, and things that you do on the daily. Things are changing slowly behind the scenes from the 4th of May to the 13th of October. On the 5th, we see Jupiter sextiling Mercury. And this looks really easy to be led down a rabbit hole day. So watch for over exuberance, read between the lines when it comes to anything to do with an offer regarding a career upgrade or changing something in your career. It all seems very glossy on the outside, but I would watch for being hoodwinked here on the 5th of May. Someone in your professional arena, someone in your actual life that's connected to your career in some way, shape, or form. It might be full of hot air and wind on this day, so watch for over exaggeration. There's more to the story here. I would look very closely before you leap and take a career opportunity on the 5th. On the 10th, Mercury, your ruling planet, now starts moving. So this is where things really start to heat up for you as a Virgo rising. So Mercury is going to leave Aries, the zodiac sign, which is connected to that 8th house of other people's resources, and ingress into Taurus, which is your 9th house of belief. It's the 9th house of growth through travel education, your spiritual path, and learning through foreign people, places, and faces. So this is where you now are focused because Mercury is your ruling planet, and this is where it comes down to: do you believe in your stability about life? Do you believe that you can grow things and expand? So this is a great transit for uh, researching opportunities with education or travel. It's a great opportunity to also reach a wider audience to help you sort of massage that need for comfort and security when it comes to growth and expansion. So finding just the right person to calm your nerves when it comes to pointing you in the right direction of a spiritual guru or an astrologer or someone that can help you connect with higher education in a really organic way that makes you feel quite comfortable and not nervous that it's you can't do it. And also really good opportunity for someone to show you the way on how to get to a travel destination or organically work with foreigners and foreign places. So it feels like things are going to be really calm here for you from the 10th of May when it comes to feeling quite connected and sure of yourself about opening up your life, be it spiritually, physically, or mentally. So, really nice when Mercury ingresses into Taurus, your ninth house. On the 12th of May, we have a full moon in Scorpio. This is at 22 degrees in your third house. Lighting up your third house, this full moon in Scorpio at 22 degrees. Interesting lunation for all of us. And this full moon also sees your ruling planet Mercury squaring off with retrograde Pluto on this day, the 12th of May. Okay, let's talk about this. So, that full moon in Scorpio is lighting up, if you will, that third house of travel, education, siblings, and environments. So, you, Virgo risings, may be calling it a day. It might be a secret escape to get out of Dodge on this day because you've got bigger fish to fry. So, you may be concealing some pretty deep emotions about releasing yourself and doing things more solo on the 12th of May. So, if that's the case, if you're not really sure that you want to disclose this to anyone, I wouldn't be too surprised about you trying to get out of an agreement or something that feels paralyzing or almost stifled for you. That's habitual. So on the 12th of May, if you are ready to get out of Dodge and leave something familiar, I would consider manners instead of doing a Houdini act on people. So that's what I get for you on the 12th of May. I think this can be quite a selfish full moon for you is what I'm getting on the 12th of May. Don't shoot the messenger. On the 18th, your ruling planet Mercury squares off with Mars. Yeah, this is possibly a hangover from the full moon of realizing the position you've put yourself in regards to being isolated and doing things on your own, even though it's possibly served you well to keep things to yourself. I think it'll be grating on you on this day, on the 18th, with your ruling planet Mercury squaring off with Mars. You may have taken some action that you might have your tail between your legs on the 18th. On the 20th, the Sun ingresses into Gemini in your 10th house for 4 weeks. So this is really hammering down the need to believe that you can kick your career goals, you can achieve what you want to achieve. And the best thing about the Sun in Gemini, it just indicates that there's options, variety, and diversity to get to what you want. And your ruling planet Mercury is in Taurus in that ninth house. So it would be really advantageous for you from the 20th to really hook up with foreign people, foreign places, higher education, consider your spiritual path, consider travel paths that can help you with your career So it's a really nice transit because the sun lighting up your 10th house indicates that there's successes here. You only need to start believing in networking and rubbing shoulders with the right people to help you see a professional goal come to fruition for yourself, Virgo rising. So really nice when the sun for 4 weeks transits in your 10th house. The 24th is a big day. We have Mercury, your ruling planet, conjuncting Uranus. And this is you taking literally a leap of faith, or you're all in on this day when it comes to you taking action that you can't even believe you're taking, when it comes to moving towards something that you perceive as bigger than yourself. So this is quite risky for you as a Virgo rising. I'm not too sure how you feel about risk, but with a planet that rules you as such as Mercury, sometimes I think you are just energetically pulled towards experiences that really are quite instinctual in some cases in the journey of your life as a Mercurial ruled zodiac sign. But this day almost feels like there's nothing stopping you breaking free and stepping into new terrain when it comes to that ninth house of expansion and growth. So I would expect you will probably take yourself by surprise on the 24th by stepping into a literally a new environment that feels quite um, almost like you're in a fish out of water, but it's a necessary push that Mercury's helping you with to really help you along the way in realizing that you've got to move forward instead of being such a careful planner here. So I like that for you, Virgo risings. It's just time to move, and when Mercury connects with Uranus on the 24th, there's no other option but to go, because sitting and waiting really isn't going to serve you, especially with now the sun in the 10th house. It's time to take some action. And yes, on the same day, Saturn ingresses into Aries, into your 8th house, where your ruling planet Mercury and Venus have done a lot of traversing. They've been back and forward, back and forward. And now Saturn steps into Aries in your 8th house. So Saturn hasn't been in Aries in your 8th house for 30 years. The last time Saturn was in Aries was between the years 1996 to 1998. So if you are old enough, maybe reflect on what was going on then. Well, that cycle now is ending and there's a new one beginning. So when Saturn gets into Aries, Saturn, the planet of patience, wisdom, it's a mystic planet. It's intuitive. Saturn really does enjoy building things that last and creates a sense of stability for us. And in your 8th house of other people's resources, debt, tax, and inheritance and death, Saturn's really helping you streamline here and refresh and reboot how other people's resources support you and how you can build wealth for yourself. How can you keep this money train going for the next 30 years? And this will be your focus. This is the key protagonist in the background, because it takes such a long time for Saturn to transit through a zodiac sign that it almost feels like nothing's really happening, but it actually is. And with the sun transiting in your 10th house of career, sextiling this 8th house, well, I think you're extremely focused on bringing in security for yourself and building financial, uh, financial foundations that are going to last and sustain you for a very long time. So you'll be really good at researching financial opportunities for the next 30 years and learning how to capitalize on other people's resources that can really assist you. So really nice transit, brand new cycle for you. Enjoy Saturn in Aries in your 8th house. On the 26th, Mercury, your ruling planet, ingresses into Gemini in your 10th house, joining the sun. Interesting, because now that Mercury's joining the sun in your 10th house, so all the the change, the networking, the believing in the bigger things and networking and opening up your own horizons about, yes, I can do this. Now that your ruling planet steps into your 10th house, then you're executing well laid plans. So you're bringing the faith from the ninth house into the 10th house, and you're all engaged in injecting your passion, if you will, for what you want to be known for on the world stage, how people see you in the public. So you're putting your best foot forward here, and you're extremely good, I would assume, Virgo rising, with talking with people. So start to rub shoulders with movers and shakers in your industry. Get some tips from them on how they diversify their portfolio and how can you to extend your reach when it comes to your professional ambitions. Wonderful transit when your ruling planet Mercury ingresses into your 10th house from the 26th of May. The next day on the 27th, there's a new moon in Gemini, and this one's at 6 degrees. And we also see your ruling planet Mercury now trining retrograde Pluto. Earlier in the month, when we had that full moon in Scorpio, when your ruling planet was squaring off with retrograde Pluto, well, now it's trining it. And so this indicates that whatever you were trying to eliminate and let go of, and maybe doing it in a clandestine, secretive way, this new moon in Gemini may be the reason why you're doing it, because you've got bigger fish to fry and you're ready to start something new with your career, your own achievements, and you're self-focused here on the 27th. So it may have been necessary on the 12th to get out of Dodge and let go, even though you may have kept it on the down low, excuse me. I think that's because you maybe knew that this change, a new start was coming, maybe a new environment connected to your career, maybe literally putting your body in a new environment because of a career or changing up your role in the public space. So I think this new moon isn't an accident for you on the 27th. I think this has been planned. And with Mercury, yes, now trining retrograde Pluto, I think you're more on board with the changes that are going on in the workplace or with services in the sixth house regarding policies and procedures and the correspondence and the emails and the information you got. I think you're ready to come to peace with it on the 27th of May, and now you can whistle while you work. So really nice on the 27th. On the 30th, we have a Kazemi with the Sun and your ruling planet Mercury. So the Sun for you rules Leo. And this is quite interesting because it's sextiling this 10th house. So I wonder if you're really content, if you will, of working in isolation or doing things behind the scenes with the Sun conjunct Mercury. You just may be more inclined with the 30th of May to double down on efforts to make something stick in your public life or with your career. And it may have you doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So this looks like extra work, extra heavy workload that you're harnessing on the 30th to get a job done or to put your best space or foot forward. So I would expect a lot of heavy lifting on the 30th of May. So it looks like you're really kicking goals here, Virgo rising. So I don't think you'll have a problem with the Sun conjunct Mercury to roll your sleeves up and execute your well laid plans when it comes to your future career trajectory. Really nice. That's your astrology for the month of May, Virgo rising. I trust you have yourself a fabulous one. If you have any questions for me or you'd like to have an astrology reading with me, I can be contacted at cosmicgirl101@protonmail.com. Till next time, Virgo rising, stay cosmic.